Alright, Shalom. We're the real Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Green Millstone, and salutations to the Yakim pushing this word in truth and sincerity with charity. The topic on this lesson is going to be about, like reaching out to brothers, staying in the spirit, communicating with one another, like setting up a date to just to just meet, break bread, do a video even, you know, so you could like vibe off their spirit, like especially if you're a new coming brother, you could be reaching out to a higher up brother, you'll be breaking bread, doing videos. Sooner enough, you're in a vibe with the spirit. You're gonna even like what's the word I'm looking for? You're gonna have like you're gonna carry out like the habits that he has. Like certain ways he'll break down the scripture. Like he'll like the ways they apply the scriptures to their life. You'll start like you'll start you know uh being constantly in the spirit more than you were before. Uh, we get that Proverbs 24:16.
This is Proverbs 24:16. For a just man falleth 7 times, and rises up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief.
So a just man falls 7 times, and if you're just by yourself, being that lone wolf type spirit, I call it said a just man falls 7 times, and that's number 7 is like for completion. So you can fall like a numerous amount of times, and if you're by yourself, who's gonna pick you up? Which is gonna go with this scripture right here. This is Ecclesiastes 4:9. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward to their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he has no another to help him up. So I said right there, woe unto the person that's alone, because who's gonna lift you up when you're low? When you're not constantly in the spirit. Like certain brothers, it happens to everybody where you're low in the spirit. Like you start doubting, but when you're with the brothers, like it sets up the fire even more than you being alone. Cause we're just like it's like starting a fire. You put like a couple of coals in, doesn't like get the fire going, but like if you put like more coal, it gets the fire really going. The same thing with us. Cause when we're around each other, that spirit actually like it gets hotter and hotter. You want to like break bread, like here in gym at Chicago, how we have like Sunday class, Tuesday class, and Friday class. To like to break bread, to go over the scriptures, to prepare us like for like any scoffers, breaking bread. Even doing a lesson, but then linking up with brothers. You be constantly in the spirit. Like the time goes by so fast. Even just like for a little thing, even like asking for a ride home. There has been numerous times where brother takes us home, but we'll start talking about the scriptures and like what's going on around us, and we'll be in the car for like 40 minutes, just parked in one position. That's the way it goes with the brotherhood. You start lifting each other up. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? So how can you be warm alone, man? You being with another brother, you get warm, hot, and you stay in the spirit. And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and a 3/4 cord is not quickly broken. And the thing that comes to mind when I read that is if you ever seen the movie Planet of the Apes, one of the that monkey season is talking to another ape, and he says that like one like he grabs a stick and he breaks one that's easily broken, but if he grabbed a whole chunk of sticks, and he tries to break it, you can't break that. You know, they're more stronger.
Stronger together.
They're more stronger together. You know, if you could give me that Acts 8:30.
This is Acts chapter 8, verse 30. And Philip ran thither to him, and heard him read the prophet Esaias, and said, Understandest thou what thou readest?
Keep going.
And he said, How can I, except some man should guide me? And he desired Philip, and he would come up and sit with him.
So he said, "How understand it without readers?" And he said, "How can I, lest a man teach me?" Because in the truth, you have to be taught by men. You know, like we were taught by the apostles, man. Because the brothers teach what the apostles teach, because they teach what's in the scriptures. They teach what has been taught. You know, and what that's like a newcoming brother, you'll like start asking questions. The brothers will even start asking you questions about your reading. It's just to build you up.